Guys, so today I'm going to be doing my nails. As you can see here, I have already prepped my nails and applied my tips. Now I'm going to go in with my primer, or this says it's a bonder, whatever, bonder primer, it's the same thing really, and I'm going to apply that to the nail tips. This is how I etch my tips. I don't use a hand file or my e-file to etch them, just because I don't want to deal with all the dust that comes from that. So I like to chemically etch them, and when you do this, you want to kind of like scrub it in so that it does kind of have those brush strokes on it, and that's how you're going to get that or get the nail to be etched like you would with your file. After that, I'm going to take my rubber base from LGN and apply that to my natural nail as well as the nail tip. And then once I get that on, I do cure that for 60 seconds. So this set here is a pretty simple basic set. And I wanted it to be like that because my previous two sets were a little extra-ish. The one right before this was my tentacle set, and that one had the 3D tentacles on it. And then the one before that was my like gothic set where it had all the charms and stuff. So that was two sets in a row that had like 3D elements or like charms on it. And I kind of didn't want to do something else that was going to have stuff sticking off the nails, whether it be 3D or charms or rhinestones or something. I didn't want to do all that. I wanted to keep them like smooth, even, like one layered set, and not have to have all of that extra on it. Also, this set I knew I wasn't going to leave on for long. Like a week and a half to 2 weeks maybe. So I also didn't want to do a whole lot with it, knowing that I was going to take it off fairly quickly. Also, the time frame between my tentacle set and this set was about a month in between, because when I took off my tentacle set, or while I had my tentacle set on, I did end up snagging my pointer finger on my right hand, and when I took it off, my natural nail had split like halfway down the nail, so I did end up having half of my nail missing. So I didn't put this set on until like the last week of May, first week of June, in order to allow for that nail to heal completely and to grow out, just, you know, to make sure that my natural nails were healthy and I wasn't going to have any complications or create any more damage for that nail by putting on a new set on top of it. So I did take a break, like a month-long break from having some nails on, just for that nail to heal completely. So what I'm doing now is just applying a thin layer of my clear builder gel from LGN Pro. I apply this to even out the surface of the nail. So like where the tip and the natural nail meet, kind of have a little lump or like a ridge there. If you want, you can like file that part down to blend it into your natural nail a little bit. I personally don't do that. I feel like it's unnecessary and it really doesn't make a difference whether you do it or not. So I don't do it, but because I am going to be applying gel polish onto this, I did want a more even surface and I didn't want to have that ledge where the gel polish could pool. So I'm just applying a thin layer to even that out. Once I get it on, I do, well, as you can see, I did 2 nails. And then I did flash cure that real quick so they would stay in place. And then I did these last 2 nails, flash cured that real quick. And then, or I didn't flash cure it after I did these last 2 nails. I went ahead and did a full cure for 60 seconds. And then prior to doing this set, I did do a few tester nails just to see what exactly I was going to do. I don't usually do this, but I did it for this because I have 2 different sets of jelly colors. I have a set from a cart and a set from Nails by Dev, and I wanted to test out the different colors to see which ones I was going to use. So I ended up deciding I was going to use pink syrup and salted caramel from McCart and Flip Phone from Nails by Dev. I felt like these gave me the like summer sunset type of ombre look that I was going for. So what I'm doing to create the ombre is I'm just taking the brush straight out of the bottle and applying the color straight to the nail. And then, so I started that with the orange one there, and now as you can see with the pink one, I'm just taking that, going right over it, and I blend the pink and the orange together. And like I said, I'm just using the brushes straight out the bottle. I didn't have any problem with any of the other colors like blending on or getting onto the brush, but if you do notice that the other color gets on your polish brush, then you can just wipe that brush off on like a lint-free wipe before putting that back into your bottle. After I got the orange and the pink blended, I'm going in with the purple and applying that, and then blending the purple and the pink together. I do kind of go back and forth between the 2 colors that I'm blending. So here I blend the purple down into the pink, then I'm going to take the pink and blend it up into the purple, and then I think I take the purple and blend that down again, just to have a nicer blend there between the pink and the purple. And then after that, I do cure that for 60 seconds. And I did do 3 layers total to get like the brightness in color that I wanted for this. And because these are jelly colors, they do blend very easily and very nicely. You don't really have to do too much with it like you would if they were like solid cream colors. So as you can see, I did do the pinky nail, the entire ombre all at once, but then I was like going back and forth like that kind of takes a bit of time, and I thought I would save some time if I just went through and applied all the orange first, then went in and applied all the pink and then the purple. That way I wasn't switching back and forth 17 times for each nail or whatever. This was just a little bit quicker and made things be a little more efficient and go smoothly. But after I got the ombre the way I wanted them and blended out the way I wanted it, I did go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. And like I said earlier, I did end up doing 3 coats of the these colors just to get it as bright as I was wanting it to look. I do show myself doing 2 coats of it. I don't think I show the 3rd coat, but just know I did do 3 coats of these colors. So now that my ombres are all done, I'm just going to take this hollow powder stuff. It says it's hollow powder, but it's really more like little flakes instead of powder. But I'm just going to mix that into some base coat. I am mixing it into base coat because I have a ton of it and I don't use it as much as I do a top coat. So I do like to mix, if I'm mixing anything into a clear polish, I do like to mix it into base coat since I do have a ton of it and I don't want it all to just go to waste and, you know, sit in my drawer and not get used at all. So this is how I use up all of that extra base coat that I have. After I get that all mixed up, I'm just taking this cheap like gel application brush that I have and applying it to all of the nails, and I'm making sure that it's going on like sparingly but also kind of packed in a little bit. Like I want to make sure that you can see these hollow glitter flakes, whatever you want to call them, on the nail, but I also want you to be able to clearly see the ombre through it. So I am making sure that it is spread out far enough, but also packed in enough so you get like the best of both worlds. And then after I get that applied, I do go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds. And now I'm going to go over top that and do the ombre one more time, but this time I'm going to use Talk to the Hand from Nails by Dev instead of whatever the pink one is from McCart, because I felt like the pink from McCart wasn't looking as pink as I wanted it to, even though on my little practice nail, like, it looked really good, but getting it on my actual nails, it like wasn't looking how I was wanting it to look. So I decided to go over top it with the Nails by Deb one, and it ended up being how I wanted it to be. So and I only did one layer of this over top the hollow glitters, and once I got that on, I did go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. And now I am going to encapsulate and build up the nails. Because I knew I was going to do several layers of these gel polishes, I decided I was going to start with that and then encapsulate it. That way the nail wouldn't end up super bulky. This is what I usually do when I know that I'm going to have a bunch of layers of gel polish on the nail. I'll apply that first and then encapsulate it. It just helps to prevent the nail from being super bulky in the end. I do only show myself doing this one nail. I don't usually show myself building up my nails, or if I'm encapsulating anything, I don't really show it. I like to do that just off camera. It's a lot easier for me. Also, it takes a while. But if you are interested in seeing me do any of that, I do have a couple videos. I have one from a couple years ago, last year or the year before, I don't know, of me showing how I do build up my nails. I also have one from earlier this year, I think it was like January, where I used the LGN Builder Gel for the first time, and I do show how I did it with that. And then I did go ahead and file shape and buff off camera. I usually always do. I do have a video on me filing, if you want to know how I do file my nails. But I did end up filing a little bit too much around the cuticle area on a couple of the nails. So now I'm just going in with the purple and filling in that those spaces that the gel polish did get filed off a little bit. Cure that, and then once I get that done, I do wipe the nails off with some alcohol to remove any of the leftover dust from filing and buffing. Now I'm going to top coat, but before I top coat, I am going to apply my primer and etch the underside of the nails, and then I'm going to apply my top coat. I have had issues where if I top coat the underneath of the nail, it does peel off because that is just the nail tip and it is a smooth surface, and gel doesn't really stick very well to that. So I do apply my primer first and chemically etch that before going in with my top coat. And after I apply the top coat, I do cure that for 60 seconds. After I have the underneath top coated, I go ahead and top coat the top sides of the nails, and I cure the top side for 60 seconds as well. Now I'm just going to apply some cuticle oil. And this is what the nails look like. I think they are super pretty, and they definitely give that like summer sunset, beachy sunset type of vibe. I will say though, I was having such a hard time trying to photograph these nails and to like get good pictures and videos of them. Like the colors are just not showing up on camera the same way they do in person. Like I posted about this on my community tab asking if anyone has ever done a set, and it's just not photogenic at all. And no matter what you do, like it just looks ugly in pictures and videos. I mean, they don't look ugly, but they don't look how they look in person. Like they look so much better in person than they do on video and in pictures. Like the purple is more purple in person, and the pink is a brighter, more neon pink, and the orange actually looks orange, whereas here on camera the purple kind of looks like a dark pink, the pink is kind of looking orangey, and the orange kind of looks a little more yellow. And I tried different lighting, different backgrounds. I can't get it to look decent in these pictures and videos. I mean, they look decent, but like it just isn't the same as in person. Like they look so much better in person, and it's so disappointing because I just want to like show you guys my nails in person to be like, look, they look a whole lot better in person than they do in my pictures and videos, and like show you guys personally the difference between how they look. But like I said, they don't necessarily look bad or like ugly in these clips, but they just don't look as good as they do if you were to be looking at them in person. I am showing them with different backgrounds and lightings and all that to kind of maybe try and show you guys like kind of what they look like in person, but it still is just not the same. But overall, I am super happy with this set, and I'm really liking how like plain and kind of basic it is, instead of having a whole bunch of stuff on it, whether it be like charms or hand-drawn stuff or stickers or whatever like I usually do. Like I said, I am kind of enjoying having nothing on them and it just be like this really pretty ombre. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.